Meet Luca Balsa, aka The Prisoner, aka Rat Boy, or Best Boy. We are going to be talking about how strong he is in-game, and how well he is for his kiting potential, his decode speed, how strong he is in the meta, and what I think of him, plus overall performance. So, we'll be talking about his abilities at the start, his background later, and we'll talk about all the memes that everyone likes to post about him. So, what I think about Luca, or should I say the Prisoner, he's a really good character for decoding, but he's also an actual helpful player that'll help change the tide for most of the situations, should I say. Okay, well, enough about that. I think it's time to talk about his abilities. We'll be talking about his first ability, called the Circuit Control. In short, he is able to connect two ciphers at once. The way how it works, he has a way of setting it from 0% to 48%. The lower it goes, from 0, you will decode faster on the cipher he's working on. If you put it up to 48, you will be decoding the second cipher he's connected at a faster rate, but it'll make the cipher he's working on currently very slow. So, if you have a prisoner on your game, make sure you set it to 48%. I hate it every time when I play a game, the other person decoding the other cipher I've connected for them, they don't set that, and it pisses me off. Like, why would you do this to me? Why? Why would you do this to me? What the hell? Why? The next ability is called Conductor. This is what you call a very nice thing to do. You see, the short term for this, the prisoner has a stun, and he's able to stun the hunter. But it's not that long than you think. It only lasts for 1 second of a stun. But the way how you can start getting more electricity, or should I call it the Sparky Spark, is what I say when I play him. You can only get it when you are decoding on a cipher that has been linked to another cipher. As you can see around currently, there is a blue circle or a blue field on the floor. That's how you gain more spark. But when you use it, there is a 30-second cooldown for it, and then you're able to decode more with your cipher that's surrounded by blue. You will get another Sparky Spark. You can use this to help for rescuing or just kiting in general. Next up, we have his third ability, Super Circuit. This ability helps so much for getting away. The prisoner is able to decode, or should I say enter the password for 2 doors. It's the same thing as activating for 2 ciphers. You set it from 0 to 48. If you put it to 48, the other door opens faster, or the other door is opening at a moderate rate. If you put it to 0, you open the door as a normal speed of opening doors. But this can help a lot for helping your teammates out, or just tricking the hunter mostly. The next ability is what I call anime protagonist, or mostly he's very dumb, that's what I should say. It is called Obsession. You see, the decoding speed for the prisoner is increased by 10% only when the cipher machine is connected. But if you fail once, his rigged time is decreased by 30%, and I will say that is a no-no. So make sure you try and at least hit that 30 plus, or if you're lucky, just keep hitting that 60 plus. However, the prisoner's perception around his surroundings is a no-no. It is decreased by 20%, meaning that when the hunter is close to you, he will not notice unless you see him completely face to face in your, like, that's my bubble area. So it's not that good. But there are ways how you can avoid that by setting up a type of persona on it. Still, overall, you can still try and do your best for kiting, and honestly, he's still good for that. So, we will be talking about the prisoner's background. Here we go. This is all on the Identity V website, if you want to see the character's background as well. Okay, let's go. Luca Balsa used to be considered friendly and too trusting by most people. No one knows where he came from or has seen his family, but clearly he's well educated. He has a tremendous sense of pride, and he is curious about all sorts of scientific inventions, and so it's no surprise that he became the assistant of the most famous inventor in town. The great inventor thinks highly of Luca, and a lot of people thought he would be the inventor's successor. Yet, everything came to a halt because of an academic dispute. The great inventor claimed that Luca sold his research to a competitor behind his back, that Luca is an ungrateful traitor. Yet, Luca said the great inventor is a thief who has run out of ideas. No one knows what actually happened, as the great inventor died in an accident in the laboratory. While Luca suffered irreversible brain damage and was accused of murder, Luca was sentenced to hang, but he was somehow pardoned at the last minute. Yet there is no turn back for Luca. His memory becomes poor, and he cannot concentrate on his work. He can no longer conduct scientific researches, and all of his savings went to the immense compensation for the inventor's wife. Nevertheless, Luca is still determined to complete his initial invention. But this requires a lot of money, and so he decided to take a gamble on the invitation, which promised him an enormous reward. So, how well I think of him in the meta? Starting from S tier to like C tier, I would put him around, I'll give it A. I'll give it an A tier. Even though I know that he is a fast decoder and somewhat kiting, and as well he can help rescue with his electricity, I will say that it is a little frustrating to know that the hunter may be behind you and you don't even notice. But I will say yes, he is an A tier based on his abilities, opening 2 doors at once and decoding 2 ciphers and gaining an electricity field around him when he decodes. That is a really good thing. And as for most pro players playing as the prisoner, they know what to do. If you're playing with a prisoner, make sure you just set the thing to 48. Please set it to 48 no matter what. Overall performance, out of 5 stars, he is a 4 out of 5. What I've said before about how he worked in the meta, that is what I will say overall. He is good. He's not that fast, but he could be a rescuer if you try and set persona sets for him. But overall, I think all he can do is just kite around and decode only. So don't try anything too big, I guess. But that's up to you. You can play the prisoner as much as you want, or as what your mind would want you to do. But I think he is a solid character and he would fit in the meta very well. So there's going to be a lot of hate, I know, because I probably missed out a few things about the prisoner. But this is what I think of him. He's a good character and he's well fit for the meta. But please leave in the comments down below, tell me what I missed, and who should I cover next. And plus, you can talk about your best moments in Identity V. Season 13 is coming out soon on September 30th, and I know that Luca is actually getting his own skin. His own A-tier skin, so that is nice to hear. So, Identity V players, good luck with that, and hope you guys the best. Bye-bye.